Mr. Don. This is Watercolor Part 4. We're going to be talking about whites. How you use your whites. How can you use the paper to get some exact white things on there if you want highlights or if you want to do anything. I'm going to show you some techniques using masking, masking tape, wax, and masking fluid. And you're going to use we're going to use these eventually, and these are going to give you spaces to put your whites. Your whites don't have to be totally white. You can, once you've taken the masking material off, you can paint into it and highlight it and enhance it. Wax is a little bit harder to do because once the wax is on the paper, you're not going to be able to get the wax off. But masking tape and masking fluids. Masking fluids, as you'll see in the the way I used it and the way I did it, this particular demonstration is a little sloppy, but I didn't let it dry enough. It has to dry totally, and it will peel right out. It is latex based, so be careful. If make sure you don't have a latex allergy, or whoever you're working around, make sure they don't have a latex allergy, because not only is in the bottle in the liquid form, but as in the form of what you've peeled off. You're basically taking, it's a liquid latex glove, and you're painting it on, and then it's going to harden just like a latex glove. They do have latex things like that where you can dip your hand in this stuff and it could protect your hands. But this could be a very serious problem for someone who's allergic to latex. But it creates some different effects, some great effects. You want to brush it on on your drawing where you want to keep the paper white. You can, once it dries, you peel it off and you can paint into it, and you can do a whole bunch of different things. Again, the drawing and the planning is extremely important. You want to plan all this out and make sure this is where you want it, what you want to do, and you can do a bunch of different things. I use the mask all the time, and they're very effective, and a lot of people don't like them. A lot of people don't use them. I have no problems with them. So watch this video. This is part 4. Watch the video. Watch. I'm going to give you a Benson. Show you a Benson watercolor, and I'm going to show you where how he tackled a painting of ducks. He was a great wildlife painter. So watch this video. We'll be doing all these techniques in the next 4 weeks. We're going to be doing watercolor every week. And I just hope this is going to be a great experience for you. It's a great medium. So using white in a watercolor. Where is white? The white is right there. It's in the paper. The paper is your white. A lot of different ways of doing this. Some artists paint around it. They don't touch anything at all. You have some options. One of the options is using tape. You can take a piece of tape and put it right on the painting, put it right on the painting surface, and you could do, these are just random pieces, but you'll see the effect afterwards. Some people use wax. These are birthday candles, and you can use basically anything up to a wax crayon, and you can take this and use this for your white. I know you're not seeing anything here. Or you can use wax for your white. So we have a lot of different things you're going to see on this paper when I actually apply the paint. You're not going to, the other option, you're not going to see too much right now when you're doing it. So this is why intense planning is preferred. This is masking fluid. This is a colorless art masking fluid, and you just paint this on. I would suggest using an older brush, because this stuff doesn't come off the brushes too well. It doesn't clean up too well. This is liquid latex. This is a rubber glove like an examination glove at a hospital, but it's in a bottle. And it's people who are allergic to latex are going to be allergic to this. So you have to be very careful how you use. So I just roughly drew a star on the right side page here, and I'm going to apply the masking fluid, and I'm just going to color it in. And I don't want to put it too heavy. I don't want to put it too light. But now the thing is I have to do is I have to let this dry. And while I'm waiting for the right side to dry, I'm going to put a wash on the left side. And the left side wash is going to reveal what's in there. It's going to reveal all the things I put on there. So I'm just using blue again. And you're going to see different things happen when I put this in. Okay, so I'm using a heavy blue so that the white will be very distinct. And I'm just going to color this in. So the places where you're seeing these lines are where I put the wax or whatever I was doing. I was squiggling with one piece. I've got the paper there, and you can see what I've done. Now, again, it shows that you need some intense preparation for this. I've got to know what I'm doing. If I want a white farmhouse, I've got to draw the farmhouse in there, and I've got to either put the wax on, or I have to know what I'm going to do with it. And I'm going to use one of my brushes to take the tape off. And sometimes the timing of this has to be very careful. But I'm going to take the paint off. And again, here's my pure whites. This is 3 different ways how I can get pure whites around the left side. And again, you can daub some of this off. There's some paint that's on the wax and building up on the wax. And again, the effects. This is watercolor is going to challenge your creativity, and you're going to be able to be extremely creative with this. So, but again, it's going to take work. It's going to take practice, because if I screw this up right now, I got to throw this out, and I got to start over again. I could cover it over, but it's not going to be the best thing ever. Now, the latex is set up enough that I'm going to put some paint on the latex just for the sake of getting this done for this video. Because we're running up to the 5-minute mark. I don't want to be gone beyond 6 minutes here. So the latex is going to repel the water. And so I have my star pattern in there, and this could be a farmhouse, it could be anything. It could be a highlight on someone's nose of a portrait, it could be a whole bunch of things. So I'm going to let that dry. Some other effects to get the white out of the page can be used by scraping the paint off. In this case, I'm going to use a razor. I'm going to give the star some lines of things happening, the rays coming from the star. And again, you are damaging the paper when you're doing this, but again, you're trying to get some light. It's kind of a weak technique in some cases. It needs to be done wet on wet, but you can see what's happening here and how you can get that. That's what these brushes are designed with, that little angle at the back to do this. And again, this takes experimentation. You got to work a lot with this and try different things. So we're ready to take the masking fluid off. I've let this dry, and I'm peeling it off, and it comes off. It is a gummy type thing, and gotta be careful. It doesn't take the paper off. This paper is probably not the best paper for this type of stuff. A heavier paper will do better, but you can see what happened. This is not perfect, but not even close. But you can see what happened by putting masking fluid on. I've taken the masking fluid off, and there I have what was left, what was under the masking fluid. The masking fluid needs to dry. I took it off a bit too soon, but that's basically that. So There's some techniques in how to use and manipulate the paper to get the white out of this for white objects.